Good afternoon and welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. I am Millie with Credit One USA and Consumers Unlimited, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we do here. It's really crazy. This last week, I've had about 4 or 5 different people um, contact me, DM me. Some people stop me out because they seen me going live and talking about credit. And they were saying that they wanted my help, but they didn't want to use my service because they didn't have bad credit. And I think that's something that we kind of messed up on. Ugh. We just because we fix credit doesn't mean that's all that we do. I am actually a certified financial educator here with Credit One USA, and we do more than fix credit. We specialize in financial literacy and education because, as equally important as it is to repair the things that are preventing you from living the lifestyle you want, it's also important that you know how to use it. I remember the story my mom told me when I was younger. She said that this girl was in the kitchen with her mom one day, and her mom was cooking a ham. And before her mom put the ham in the oven, she cut off both ends of it. And so the little girl says, "Mommy, why did you cut off both ends?" And she said, "Because that's the way your grandmother makes it." She said, "Well, why did Granny do that?" And she said, "I don't know. Let's call her up." So he called up the grandmother, and and she asked the grandmother. She says, "Hey, Granny, when you're making a ham, why do you cut off both ends?" And the grandmother said, "Well, that's how Big Mama taught me to make it." So she said, "Well, why?" She said, "I don't know. Let's call Big Mama." So they called up Big Mama, and she said, "Big Mama, when you're making a ham, you cut off the ends. Why do you cut off the ends of it?" Big Mama said, "Because my pot wasn't big enough. So I had to cut off the end so it would fit in the pot." So here we have been throwing away meat for a couple generations because the pot wasn't big enough, and we thought that that was the way we do things. And that's not it. Here at Consumers Unlimited, Credit One USA, we want to educate you that having good credit is more than paying bills on time. It's more than being told yes. It's more than being able to qualify for things that you want. The purpose and the benefit of good credit is you're able to live the lifestyle that you want to live, that you can buy back your time to do the things that you want to do. The purpose of good credit is to increase your opportunities to do what you want to do instead of having to spend all day doing what you have to do. So, what we do here is we help you to move past the problems that you've experienced and the challenges that you've done, but also to teach you how to use what you have to pause. The movie is stuck in my head, guys. Y'all know the line. You use what you got to get what you want. Well, if you got good credit, use it to get what you want. Why wouldn't you? We're not talking about the other use. We're talking about credit. We're going to use it to get what we want. We're going to leverage our credit to have the things that we desire and to make sure life costs less so we can do that. So, some of the ways that we do that is we challenge the things that are inaccurate or incomplete on your credit report to have them removed or updated and corrected. We also work with lenders to put the past behind us. That may be debt settlement, that may be managing things better, that may be building and adding to your profile. Yes, we advise you on where to go and who to talk to get the things that you want, because it's important that you don't do the same things once you have good credit. So, I had a customer at one point and I love him to death. He is like a shining star. Him and his wife, his whole family is wonderful. But he used to always go to the same place to get a car loan because he had a relationship with them. Matter of fact, I think it was Redstone. And he was like, "Hey, I want another car. I want to go to Redstone." I said, "Why are you going to Redstone?" He said, "Because I always go to Redstone." He had good credit and Redstone would say yes. But I told him, I was like, "Hey, Alabama Credit Union's rates are cheaper right now." He got a better rate. So sometimes, even though we have good credit, we don't know what to do with it. We don't know how to leverage it to build wealth for us. Because the truth is, your credit should be used to save you money and to make you money. So if your credit isn't, if you have good credit and it's not making you money, you're not using it right. I know that sounds bad, but I want you to use it right. You didn't work this hard. You didn't become this great of a person to have to use it like everyone else. I had another person that I advised, not even a member, but someone who asked a couple of questions. And I was like, "Hey, you're paying too much in interest. You should check out a company and look at getting a better credit card." They went from 18% interest to, I want to say, 7.9 or something on their credit card. That's what it's about. It's that kind of lifestyle. It's making sure that your credit works for you instead of with you or against you. That's all that we want to do. We want to help you to make sure that your credit is allowing you to live the lifestyle that you want to live. So, if you have a question, I do have a few minutes left and I'm going to answer a couple of questions. But there was a couple of things that came to me, different questions that people asked me. How do I feel about secured credit cards? I told them I'd answer it live. So I personally don't typically like secured credit cards. I don't like them because they report as secured credit cards. And the reason that's important is because a secured credit card means you had to put your money up front. It's like a prepaid credit card, except it's not prepaid, it reports. Um, and they make you put your money up front because they don't trust you. So, getting a credit card that tells everybody that can see your credit report, I don't trust them, isn't the best thing. So if you have to get it, I recommend getting it from a company that doesn't report it as secured. I know here in Huntsville, Redstone Federal Credit Union, their secured cards don't show up as secured. I'd rather we take care of whatever the issue is to improve our credit and trustworthiness so that we can actually get approved. Yeah. So I'd much rather that instead of using a secured credit card that we fix the problem and then qualify for an unsecured card. But if you have to have one, get one from a company that doesn't tell you that. So that's just an idea of what we do. We look at your credit profile and determine what would be helpful for you to reach a 750 or better credit score. And whatever that looks like, that's what will help you to achieve. We look at your goals. We look at what do you want in life. So some people come in, majority of our customers come in because they are either wanting to purchase a home and can't, or because they have a small business and they need to grow, or they want to start a small business and they don't know how to do it. And we'll help you with all of that. We'll help you to get your personal credit in a position that it can help you to get the things that you want. Of course, we'll say things like house before car and different things like that. And then the other cool part is we have a whole network of people that we work with. So we'll refer you to a good lender. We'll refer you to a good real estate agent. We'll refer you to a good car dealership. We'll send you to people who care like we care when you're ready so that you get what you want. You get told yes. We'll send you to the banks or the credit unions that we prefer because they're good to us. And the thing is, what you want to do is be able to leverage the credit to get what you want and to work with people who are good to you and want what's best for you. Do we help with people in other states? Yes, we help people all around the country. We help people all around the country, Casey. So inbox me. I'll get you going. Absolutely. We do it. And we love it. And we have lenders and real estate agents in other countries. I know that's crazy. I got a couple people who are stationed in Afghanistan right now. Lord, keep them safe. But that's what we do. We help. We want to encourage you and educate you on how this system works because eventually we want to not exist. I know that sounds crazy, but the best thing in life is to try to not exist. We want to educate you so that you can tell your crew, so that your crew can be a 750 or better crew, like my crew's a 750 or better crew. And together we can change the world. It's just that simple. I know that sounds crazy. So if you have a credit question, please go ahead, post it now. I got a few minutes left. I said I was going to be out of here by 2:15 because I have been working hard. I got a couple of big projects coming out. Y'all, I'm so excited. I know y'all been seeing this background and I know y'all got questions and I'm going to answer them, but not yet. So I got time for, let me see, because somebody sent me a question and I want to make sure I answer it. Oh, how do I feel about First Premier Bank? I don't like them. That's just the nicest answer I got for you. Is I don't like them, and I don't like them at all. Again, I said always your credit should do two things: save you money or make you money. And First Premier is not going to make you money. And with all of their extra fees, I have no idea how that would save you money. So I don't like them. How should we start repairing our credit? We start with getting your credit report. That was a really good question, Casey. And the reason we start with getting our credit report is because you got to face it to be able to fix it. So we start by getting it. You can go to annualreportrequest.com. I think it is. I have it saved at this point. But go there, get your report, look through it, make sure everything on there is accurate, make sure it's complete. If you need help doing that, that's what we do. You want to make sure the accounts are showing up in the right way. That's the first step. Before you start paying stuff, before you start fixing stuff, see what's there and see what the story is that they're saying about you. Because the first step before you start giving people their money back is making sure that you're in a position of negotiation. So, for example, I will say this: we're going to use First Premier. If First Premier is on your credit report and you had an account, and let's just say the account was a charge off, I know that's bad, and it's yours, but the amount that it's reporting is wrong, or it's not reporting the full length of history, or anything like that. Well, now we have room to talk and negotiate. So, hey, you say I owe you $1,300, but the limit on the card was only $600 and I had paid $300 and I had told you I didn't get a report or I hadn't gotten a statement in the last 3 months. So now we may need to negotiate this thing a little different because I'm not about to give you $1,300 just because you think it's cute. Mm-mm. And you're not giving the information and you're not reporting it correctly. So I'll settle it if you agree to remove it and things of that nature. Now, of course, Casey, a lot of that comes with knowing your consumer rights and what laws are applicable: Fair Credit Billing Act, Fair Credit Reporting Act, Fair Debt Collections Practices Act, sometimes Truth in Lending. There's a lot of different things that go into that part when it comes to actually challenging it and making sure you're doing it correctly. A lot of times when you're challenging information, people will just say, oh, it doesn't belong to me, or oh, I was never late. If that's not true, don't make that your story. How do I feel about debt relief companies? Okay, so real talk, most of those aren't like debt settlement companies. They kind of act like what you'll do is you'll pay us and then we'll pay all your bills for you. That's not what they do. What they do is they take your money, they put it into an escrow account, they let all your credit cards go bad or all of the accounts go bad. So you get a 30-day late, a 60-day late, a 90-day late, and then it goes in a charge off. And then they call them up and try to settle the accounts that you could have did before all of this happened. So typically I don't like debt relief companies. One, because they're not telling you the full story. Two, because they're getting paid off for all of this. They're going to get a service fee, they're going to get a percentage of for saving you money, and they're going to hit the people with a percentage of settling the debt. So they get paid 3 times over for the same thing. And the truth is, if you wasn't going to pay them and then call them up, you could have did that yourself. So I don't really like them. I think there's always a better way. And I help customers to find those. Trina said, when will we see Dr. Money this season? Mom has been working. Mom has been working. You know, I don't know if I've told y'all this, but mom is a full-time professor at she teaches at 2 schools, honestly, and she's working on a doctorate program. So I'm trying to get her in here on a Tuesday, but she's been booked and busy, but we're going to get her in there. Okay, last question, and then I'm going to get out of here. It says, thank you so much. Should we still pay charge offs? How do I get in touch with you to get started? You can get started. You can inbox me. You can go to Credit One USA. You can give us a call. Any of those options will get to us. Should you still pay charge offs? So here's the story with charge offs. And this is, my gosh, you got the great questions. I love this. So charge offs are really explained this simple. Imagine you had a friend and you let your friend borrow $50. Girl, I'll pay you back in 2 weeks. And you're like, okay, bet. And in 2 weeks, oh, girl, they shorted my check. I'm going to get you next pay period. So in 2 more weeks. And you're like, okay. And then in 2 more weeks, she had a flat tire. And then 2 weeks after that, her son got sick. And then the week after that, her boyfriend left her. At this point, do you think you're going to get your money back? No. Does she still owe you the money? Yes. So the way we look at charge offs is I no longer call her like, hey, girl, you going to give me my money? Because I don't think I'm going to get my money back, but I still owe the debt. And the truth is, I could pursue the debt. So when an account is charged off, depending on the statute of limitations, they can still sell the debt to a debt collection company. They can still sue you. And then if you get sued in Michigan, do you know if you get sued in Michigan and you get a judgment, the judgment can be renewed every 10 years forever? Like there's no limit to it. I knew a person who got a judgment in the 80s and they were still collecting off of it in 2017. The judgment was almost as old as me, like for real. So, and they say don't pay it, but the truth is, pay it. Settle it. Let's put some past behind us. A lot of times we do that. So, do I recommend paying charge offs? Sometimes I like to look at the statute of limitations. I like to look at how it's reporting, everything like that. So, a lot of times we want to do this. Now, I'm going to tell you the basic rule of thumb, and it's really simple. You cannot have good credit without paying people back. You can't say, man, I'm trustworthy if you don't honor your word. And your credit report is a reflection of what you agree to. And if you keep your word, it sounds bad. And we know life happens and life was lifing. And all of us have had experiences where life was lifing. But the difference is the people that you want to lend money to are the people who pay you back even when life is lifing. Those are people who can borrow money. I got a homie. I don't care if she asked for $2,000 in pennies. I'd figure out how to get her 2,000 in pennies because she's gonna pay me back. She's gonna keep her word. She's gonna do exactly what she said she's gonna do every single time, and that matters. And that's the same thing that a credit report is. It says, how risky are you? The higher your score, the less risky you are, which means the more likely I'm to get my money back. And at the end of the day, as a lender, the only thing that I want is my money back. I don't want that car back. I don't want that house back. I don't want the kids you put up for surety because you got a personal loan through OneMain and they asked you for 17 pieces of thing. Well, all the TVs in your house and your PlayStation and networks and all of that stuff. I don't want that. I want my money. I don't want to have to sue you to get my money. I don't want to have to garnish your wages to get my money. I don't want to have to pay a collection company to harass you to get my money. I just want you to give me my money back. I want you to give me my money like I gave it to you. You asked me for the money on the 5th. I gave it to you on the 5th. Why I got to wait till the 32nd? Hey, Justin, how are you, love? So, I've actually been here a little bit longer than I planned, but I want to say this. We are more than fixing bad credit. We are credit education, financial literacy. We teach you how to use what you have to get what you want and how to get more of what you have. That's what it's all about. It's about being able to do what you want to do, to have the freedom to where your credit isn't the thing that keeps you from living a lifestyle that you deserve. We work hard for it, and you only got one shot at it, and we're not getting more time. So do all that you can to improve where you are to get to where you want to be. All right, y'all. I will see y'all again next Tuesday. Remember, you can always catch me on Facebook, Instagram. You can give us a call. You can send us a note in your portal for our existing customers. You can email us. Um, we're here. We're the solution. We want to help. We're here to help. We are help, and we'll help you. So I'll talk to you next Tuesday, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, 3 o'clock Eastern. Y'all have a great day, and y'all stay safe. Bye.